Hello guys and girls, Voices from the Dark here, welcome back to more Steins. I'm sorry about the long wait, those of you who are watching these live as they're being uploaded. If you follow me on like any social media, even YouTube, you know that I've had a crazy busy 2 to 3 last weeks. I've gotten engaged, I've been to the hospital, I've had a surgery, I've been all over the place, so it's been a crazy ride, but we are back. And if I remember correctly, Okabe Taro is now going to visit the shopkeeper who said that he had given that amulet that we showed to somebody, that button, which could be Suzuha's father. That's what we're doing. Oh yeah, it's the night of the 11th. I went back about 40 hours. My objective is to keep watch on the street vendor's stand in the hope that Suzuha's father might appear. I sent Suzuha elsewhere. I don't want her to be disappointed if I come up empty-handed. I'm standing at a site a short distance away from the stand, munching on energy bars and soy milk to appease my growling stomach. I've already been here for 2 hours. I forgot to ask for the exact time the suspicious character appeared, so I had to begin my stakeout before sunset. Now it's 8 PM and the stand looks like it's about to close. Is this another waste of time? Did that foreigner give me false information? But just as I'm finishing my milk, someone approaches the stand. Is that... I jump out of cover. Daru! Okarin? Daru jumps in surprise. But I'm the one who's really shocked here. What are you doing here? I was gonna ask the same question. The storekeeper's looking at us funny, so we decide to change locations. Alright, Daru, what were you doing at that street stand? Don't tell me you were trying to counterfeit duplicates of Teeter's pin. Fine, I won't tell you then. Dots. So that's what happened. Daru was the suspicious character the foreigner told me about. So all that stuff about judo, pro wrestling, and balloons was referring to Daru's size? Could he have been more confusing? Damn, it was all for nothing. Good thing I didn't bring Suzuha along. So why were you trying to make counterfeit versions of the pin? I wasn't trying to counterfeit it. Close enough. Well, I meant it as a backup plan, I guess. Amanishi's gonna be sad if we don't find her old man, right? So if that happens, I'll show her the badges I made and, well, lie that her dad was here. So you'll give her false hope. You don't have to put it like that. People, noises. Remember, there are good lies and bad lies. Bad lies hurt people, good lies save them. What eroge did you get that from? Cladan. And it's not in the Roge, it's a visual novel that teaches you the meaning of life, so shut up. Was that supposed to be Clanad? So, should I call off Operation Fake Teeter? Do you really think that will make Suzuha happy? Daru's expression suddenly turned sad. Amanishi told me not to tell anyone, but I guess I'd better tell you. He's got a big mouth as usual. Still, he seems dead serious, so I'd better hear him out. I heard this from Amanishi when we were discussing the repairs. Her time machine can only leap to the past. What? At first, I don't understand what he means. Nonsense! Teeter's time machine could travel both ways. Did you actually see it? Well, no. Besides, when you say Teeter, you mean the one who appeared in 2000, don't you? I don't know anything about that Teeter. Dots. That's right. The Teeter I know and Suzuha aren't necessarily the same person. Although their time machines are similar, there are significant differences. For example, one looks like a Chevy and the other looks like a satellite. So, wait. Once she leaves, she can't come back. You're saying that if she goes to 1975, she can't return to 2010? Not without living 35 years in real time. Is he serious? Does that mean Suzuha's time machine can never return to 2036? Didn't I just say that? Then it's defective! Right. She said the time machine was incomplete. Incomplete? Incomplete? According to Amanashi, her old man built it in secret by reverse engineering CERN technology. But CERN killed him before he could complete it. Amanashi insists that it's fine as long as she can leap to the past, but... Are you sure about this? She said so herself. I don't think she was lying. Dots. So if she doesn't meet her old man before the time machine is repaired, she might never get another chance. So that's why he was trying to make a copy of that pin, as evidence that Suzuha's father was here. But making a fake version of her father's pin isn't going to solve anything. A lie is a lie. But if we don't get caught... I waved Daru silent and massaged my temples. Need to think. What difference does it make? True, Suzuha might be sad about missing her father, but that's none of my business. My top priority is Mayuri's safety. That's right. I mustn't let my emotions control me. I need to be more rational, more logical. There's a Japanese proverb, he who pursues two hares will catch neither. However, that sad smile on Suzuha's face. Now I understand what it meant. I feel something tighten deep within my chest. Well, your machine sucks. The next day, as night falls, I summon all lab mems except Kurisu to Radio Kaikon. It's boiling hot on the rooftop, even in the evening. When I provide Daru with a refreshing gift of cola, his sweaty face lightens up. Wow, Ocarin, an ice-cold zero-calorie cola. How thoughtful of you. Daru happily takes the cola and chugs it straight from the bottle. What else was he supposed to do? Get a glass on a rooftop? Afterwards, Daru and Suzuha starts discussing the time machine. Mayuri and I watch from a short distance away. Hey Ocarin, isn't it amazing that the satellite was a time machine? Yeah, I guess so. I'm glad Suzuha-san wasn't hurt in the crash. I heard it's really hard to drive. If the gravitational whatchamacallit coordinates are just a teensy bit off, the whole time machine becomes a jellyman and goes ploop. And she even said her time machine's unstable since it's not a CERN model. I'm worried about her trip to 1975. Do you think I should go with her? I wonder if I'd fit. What would you do in 1975? I'd cheer for Suzuha-san on. I'd cheer Suzuha-san on, of course. I'd hold her hand super tight and tell her that everything's gonna be okay. Dots. Hey Ocarin, do you think the time machine has a name? If you want to know, just ask Teeter. Oh yeah, I usually didn't think of that. Dumb girl. Mayuri giggles and runs off to talk to Suzuha. She returns a few seconds later. Yep, it has a name. FG204 or something something, she said. Anyway, don't you think Daru-kun and Suzuha-san are a good match? I look at Daru and Suzuha again. Daru's all about Ferris. This seems awfully familiar. We have experienced this before, haven't we? I mean, we have traveled back a lot, so it's only natural. Oh, really? She tilts her head to the side. Hey, can we usually take a closer look at the time machine? I nod, and Mayuri runs over to the time machine again. Behind her, the sun glows dark and orange on the horizon. As Mayuri leaves, Suzuha comes over to stand beside me. Our shadows are long and murky in the fading light. Hashida Itaru is amazing. He said if things go well, he could have the time machine fixed by tomorrow. Dots. And he looks so unhealthy and slow. Dots. A refreshing breeze blows by. It was quite hot a few minutes ago, but the temperature's finally starting to drop. Hey. There's something I want to say, and I feel like I'll never get another chance. Dots. Are you listening? After a moment's hesitation, I give a little nod. I'm really grateful to you. All of you. When I came to this time, I didn't know anyone. I was all alone in a world completely different from my own. This era is so peaceful. That's a wonderful thing. But it scared me. All I knew was to fight against CERN. But now I have friends. Real friends who I can share secrets with. All these people who lived before I was born are working so hard for my sake. It's a strange feeling, but a happy one too. I wanted you to know that. I've heard these words before, just like last time. Her tone is wistful. Her time machine can only leap to the past. The truth I heard from Daru plays in my head in an endless refrain.
Living with you guys in this time, it's been really fun. When I met you, you were all so strange and unique and over the top. I was kinda shocked at first, actually. But before I knew it, I started to enjoy spending time with you. 2036 is peaceful too. People don't even fight anymore. Did you know that?
Dots. I shake my head.
Anyway, people don't fight, ever, about anything. All forms of conflict, war included, have vanished. Poof, without a trace. Instead, everyone is dead eyes, like fish. No one has ambition, nobody dreams. They just trudge through their lives without a single complaint. Oh sure, people smile, but they never get angry or sad. There's no individuality. Everyone's a robot. You got really mad at me before, remember? I was really surprised, but at the same time, I was really happy.
Dots. Suzuha looks at the time machine. Daru and Mayuri are standing next to it, talking cheerfully about something or another.
You're all so bright and full of life. I envy you. Shina Mayuri, Hashida Itaru, even Makisu Kurisu, and of course, you.
Dots.
I want to be more like you. It's thanks to all of you that I'm still going strong. Being a lab mem, even for just a little while, was great.
She smiles then, a soft, sad smile that tears at my heart. This time, I know what that smile means.
Being with you guys, even for just a little while, was great.
Suzuha obviously knew from the beginning that if she traveled to 1975, she could never return.
Change the future, Okabe Rintaro. Make it a world like this one, where people can be free.
The first time I heard her speak these words, I thought she was sentimental because she couldn't return to her original 2036. I was wrong. Forget about 2036. She can't even return here to 2010, not without living 35 years. She'll be 54 when 2010 comes around. The present us and the present Suzuha can never meet again. Suzuha chose this mission. To change the future. To save Mayuri. Unless Suzuha travels to 1975, Mayuri will die. But then, what about Suzuha herself? When she leaves for 1975, she'll have to sacrifice everything she has here. How does she feel about that? Do you regret spending time with us?
What do you mean?
Do you regret making new friends here? New memories? Do you wish you had kept your distance? You've already abandoned one life, now you have to abandon another. In a sense, it's like you're killing yourself.
Did Hashida Itaru tell you?
Suzuha frowns. He's worried about you.
Jeez, I told him not to tell anybody.
Well, how do you feel about going to 1975?
It doesn't matter how
This is why I'm not recording Steins Gate often, because there's just no peace to be had.
It doesn't matter how I feel.
Suzuha's expression suddenly hardens.
I have to go. It's the path I chose, and it's what my dad wanted.
What if we ask you to stay?
I'll go anyway. One of those guys on that channel asked what right I have to change the future and decide the fate of the human race. He had a point. But still, I don't want the future to turn out like that. I want the people in my time to be free like you, free to laugh and play, fight and argue, get sad and cry. If I change the future, then no one will die. Not you, not Shina Mayuri, and not my dad. Maybe I don't have the right, but I'm going anyway.
Even if you can never return?
Oh, come on. The 70s aren't a bad time, you know? I'll find friends there just like you guys. We'll have a blast.
Just like that, Suzuha is back to her usual self. But despite her cheerful smile, I'm certain that her resolve was forged from fear and doubt, the likes of which few can imagine. I was a fool to think that my words could sway her. Suzuha. It's Friday, guys and girls. Friday the 13th. Today, Mayuri dies. Beneath the clear blue sky, the time machine comes to life. Darius' repairs are complete. Mayuri and I help drain the last of the water out of the cockpit. The machine is still stuck in Radio Kaikon's wall, but that's a small matter. Daru gazes at the time machine with a satisfied expression. Mayuri is jumping for joy, and Kurisu, who ran over as soon as she completed the time leap machine, is visibly relieved. Meanwhile, Suzuha is struggling to attach her mountain bike to the time machine's exterior. She likes it so much she wants to bring it with her to 1975. Kurisu was worried that it might cause a time paradox. My heart is still heavy. Should I let Suzuha leave like this? I chide myself for the thought. It's not my choice to make. Suzuha isn't from this time. If she doesn't want to stay, then I have no reason to keep her from leaving. Suzuha finishes securing her bicycle and turns to us with a soft smile. It's not the painful, forced smile I saw yesterday. We don't perform a startup test. Activating the time machine would draw too much attention. So we're just gonna wing it. Fortunately, we have the time leap machine for insurance. My only regret is that we couldn't find her father.
Thanks, guys. Really, I can't thank you enough. Don't forget about us. Wait, I mean, don't forget about us. That's more how it was.
She wasn't emphasizing the us, she was just emphasizing that, you know, don't forget about us. If you want to thank me, then let's make out.
Control yourself, perv.
The lab mems pat Suzuha on the shoulder and offer words of encouragement, each in his or her own way.
Gambate.
Something like that. That's probably what they did.
Oh, right. Take this.
Suzuha offers me her father's pin. Ushum star A710. In the end, we couldn't decipher the inscription. But that's 710 there. Couldn't that be like a number 2, so it's 2010? That makes more sense considering the year we're in.
This is for you, Okabe and Taro. Keep it in the lab, will you? Somewhere out of sight is fine.
Suzuha. Is she regretting her decision to leave? Is this pin meant to be proof that Amon Suzuha was here with us in this time? About the pin. Daru hesitates for a moment and steps forward. Why don't we make duplicates for all the lab mems? Make it our symbol, I guess?
Wow, that's a great idea. How unusually thoughtful of you. I don't know what to say.
We already took a picture of it, so keep your pin, Amanashi. It belonged to your dad, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Dots. I stay silent. There's nothing I can say. I could... What the fuck are you doing? Like, is it necessary to make so much noise whenever you do anything? I don't make a single noise in this house, except for when I scream when recording. But seriously, I make no noise, no mess. But that monster right there... Okay. I could stop Suzuha from leaving, if I tried. But unless she goes, I can't save Mayuri.
Okay, everyone. Mayuri has an important announcement to make.
Mayuri suddenly raises her hands and calls for attention. As usual, she completely fails to sense the gravity of the situation, though I suppose it's our fault for not telling her the truth about Suzuha's time machine. In any case, she has my attention. What could her announcement be? Could Mayuri have found out that she's fated to die? I quickly glance at Kurisu, but she seems just as confused as I am. Then what is it?
Actually, Mayushi found Suzuha-san's dad.
Huh?
What?
Really? Mayuri puffs out her chest proudly.
Wanna meet him? You do, don't ya? Well, he's here with us today. Where? Wait a minute. Everyone, including me, starts looking around. Mayuri has us. Hook, line, and sinker. How old was her father in this time period? I scanned the empty event hall, but there's no one else here. Where could he be? Allow me to introduce you. Suzuha-san's dad is... Is that a drum roll? Ta-da! Suzuha-san's dad is... Mayuri flashes Suzuha a grin. Daru-kun! I had a suspicion if that's true. Because I was like, yeah, like, her dad could be among us. But what's your reasoning for this? She thrusts her finger at Daru. Our mouths drop. Because didn't... like, when we asked about the future, she said, okay, Okabe and Taro terrorist, Makisa Kurisu working for CERN. But she didn't know anything about Daru? Because that would match. Our mouths drop. After awkward silence comes awkward laughter. That's joke not even logical. It's impossible for this perv to get married in the first place. Hey, that kinda hurts. I completely agree with Christina. Daru is fated to become a wizard when he turns 30. You could be nicer about it, guys, but it's the truth, so I can't object. Daru falls to his hands and knees, devastated. As for Suzuha herself, she clearly doesn't know how to react. You know, my dad wasn't fat. Jeez, you're also mean to Daru-kun. Mayushi's the only one to stand up for me. You're an angel, Mayushi. Do you love me? Nope. Down he goes. Harsh. Mayushi 100,000,000% sure that Daru-kun is Suzuha-san's dad. Suzuha-san? Suzuha's dad. Okay, what's your proof? I was thinking about the letters on Suzuha-san's pin. After staring at it really hard, I noticed the 7 in 710 looked a little weird. Yeah, like a number 2. It's not a 7, it's a 2. The line fell off the bottom. Really? Suzuha stares at the inscription of the pin again. It's so small, I can't tell. It's easy to see on the picture we took. 2010? But that's this year. Then what did the letters mean? Owish... What could that mean? I'm trying to think here if I can figure that out. That's what's inscribed on the pin. That's easy. Is it so easy though? Is it really? Thinking. I don't got it. I was thinking about that! I was seriously thinking about last names. But I confused it because I thought Rintaro was his last name, and so I was like, oh, wait, okay, wait, is it Okabe Rintaro? No, Okabe, no, Rintaro. So close. Okabe, Shina, Hashira, Makisa, and finally Amane. What? It was right in front of us all along. We just didn't know where to look. It's our initials? So I was thinking, why 2010? And then I remembered, it's the year of the lab mems. The year of the lab mems? The Future Gadget Laboratory was founded this year. So that's what this is. And you know, Suzuha-san has lots of stories about Future Okurin and Future Christian, but not a single story about Daru-kun, right? God, I really gotta, I gotta speak up whenever I have suspicions like these, but I'm so scared of being wrong and looking like a total fool. But when I'm right like this, I feel like a champion, so I'll try to be more open about my theories. I'm not like, I knew that. There weren't any about Mayushi either. Daru's observation startles me. It's an obvious thing to wonder about, but it strikes too close to home. Well, Mayushi's a lab man, but I can't make time machines and I don't like fighting. Of course I'm not famous. No, the reason there aren't any stories about Mayuri is because she dies in a few hours. Only Kurisu, Suzuha, and I know that, and we say nothing. But Daru-kun's a super hack. But But Darukun's a super hacker and Okurin's right arm. He even helped Okurin make Phonewave-chan, so I thought it was strange Suzuha-san didn't know him. So you're saying he used a different name? Barrel Teeter-san helped Okurin found the Resistance, right? And he was in Akiba in 2010. And he was able to build his own time machine. And he knew about Okurin's reading spaghetti. Reading Steiner. He knew about it. Doesn't that fit Darukun perfectly? She's right. Do you remember the day Suzuha-san went to meet her father? She thought he would be at the time machine offline meet. We know that because we tailed her.
Yeah, and guess who else was going to that meet?
Darukun was supposed to be there too, right?
That meet was seriously important to the history of Japanese sci-fi. At least I got to sneak in while tailing Amanashi. I don't remember that. It must have happened because of the D-mail I sent. This is the curse of reading Steiner. Although I keep my memories from previous world lines, I don't acquire memories of events on new world lines.
Dad told me about that meet when I was little. I don't remember what he said exactly, but I thought I might be able to meet him there.
So if I'd been at the meet, everything would have been okay?
I don't know. I don't think I'd picked you out as my dad.
Still, the evidence keeps piling up.
And then there's the time machine's name. FG204 or something something. What was it?
FG204 second edition version 2.31. FG Future Gadget? That naming sense! It's got to be Daru!
And FG probably stands for Future Gadget.
So Suzuha's time machine. Is Future Gadget number 204?
Finally his name, Barrel Teeter, has to be Darukun. Come to think of it, last night Mayuri asked how to say barrel in Japanese. Barrel is Taru in Japanese, right Christian?
Kurisu nods.
Taru, Taru.
Oh, I'm sorry, this is Rintaro. Taru, Taru. Daru?
It's a pun? Okay, Suzuha-san, say Hashida Itaru 10 times fast. Why? Just say it and find out. Hashida Itaru, Hashida Itaru, Hashida Itaru, Hashida Itaru, Hashida Itaru, Hashida Itaru, Hashida Itaru. Just now, didn't it sound like Didor? It did. Hashida Itaru, Hashida Itaru, Hashida Itaru, Hashiduturu, Hashitituru. Wow, that's a tongue twister.
For reals?
For super reals! I'm just wondering who would actually procreate with this man.
Dots. I can't believe it. But with all this evidence laid out in front of me, I can't deny it either. Everyone's jaw drops again, only this time we're staring at Daru and Suzuha.
I think she looks just like her father. That could just be the placebo effect, but now that you mention it, they kinda do look alike. Wait, who said that they looked alike? Who? Who says? Who said this? Who? Not sure. Placebo? Placebo? I'm not really sure how to say that in English. A placebo is something that seems like medicine, but has no medical or medicinal effect. When taken by a patient who believes it to be medicine, it gives them psychological stability. Despite placebos having no medicinal effect, there are cases where a patient's condition improves. Yeah, that's kind of cool actually, like take these pills, they will save you. Pills don't do shit, but you think they do shit, and so you actually improve. Nice work, Mayuri. You'll make a great detective one day. A detective? That's the first time anyone said that. Yeah, exactly. She's such a ditz most of the time, but maybe she's more perceptive than anyone knows. My daughter? Amanashi is my daughter? Daru, wide-eyed, points at Suzuha while flapping his lips like a fish out of water. Dad?
Could you call me Papa instead?
For once in your life, don't be a perv. Dad!
Suzuha tries to hold back her tears, but can't. They fall from her eyes and roll down her cheeks. Tuts. Seeing this, Daru stops his joking and lets Suzuha speak.
I came, Dad. I came to see you. In the time machine you built.
Yeah.
I'm going to finish what you started. I promise.
Yeah.
Watch over me, okay?
I'm watching. Of course I am. Suzuha walks up to Daru and hugs him gently. Daru awkwardly but firmly hugs her back. Father and daughter, reunited across time. I'm truly glad we could bring them together. By the way, was your mother cute? Request petite girl with cute face and big boobs.
That's a secret.
When Suzuha finally steps away from Daru, she's smiling once again.
Well, that takes care of everything I wanted to do on this world line. Guess I should be going.
Wait, you're going already? Don't you have more to say to your father? What am I doing? Suzuha's mind is set. I know that nothing I say can convince her to stay. It's madness to even try. If she stays, Mayuri dies. I know that. So why am I trying to stop her?
No, I'm fine now. I'm going to get an IBN 5100, just like I promised.
She looks at us with the face of a warrior.
I'll bring it to you here in Akihabara. That's my duty, and I'll see it through. The rest is up to you. Change the future. Please.
Nobody speaks. Nobody nods. We don't have the words, but she sees it in our faces. Resolve. Suzuha has entrusted us with her will and her mission. We meet her gaze, each of us, and silently swear to protect them to the end. The future Suzuha came from is not the future we desire. In Suzuha's time, Daru and I fought to change it. This time, we'll make sure it never happens. Mayuri will live. Kurisu will be free. Suzuha will grow up knowing her father. We must change the future, thus all these things may come to pass.
Well, see you in 35 years. Though I guess it'll only be a few hours for you guys. Oh, I almost forgot. The time machine gives off terrific ultraviolet rays when it jumps, so make sure not to look directly at it.
With that final warning, Suzuha boards the time machine. She waves once and then the hatch closes behind her. Moments later, the time machine comes to life. A shrill alarm starts ringing. There are no other sounds. It makes less noise than I'd expect. People on the street below start shouting and cheering at the satellite's sudden activity. They all look up and point. My phone vibrates. I quickly take it out and open it. The mail is from Suzuha. Goodbye. Goodbye. When I failed to stop her on a previous world line, she sent me the exact same message before leaving. But this time, the word holds a completely different meaning. I lift my eyes from the message to see the space around the time machine begin to warp. A cocoon of light appears and envelops the fuselage. I squint my eyes against the brilliance. Suzuha. We will never see her again. Not this Suzuha. Yes, we can seek her out in our time. I know that I will make the effort. But the next time we meet, an immense gulf of time will have divided us. No matter how hard we wish it were different, she will not be the girl we knew. All of a sudden, Daru takes a step into the light. Suzuha! I'm sure we'll meet again. I'll do my best until then. I hate myself for not knowing any other way to say it, but I'll do my best. I'll do my best, I promise. So Suzuha, do your best too. His words probably can't reach her anymore. As the light grows more intense, I raise my hand to shield my eyes. Bathed in radiant particles, the cocoon slowly unfurls. The next thing I know, Suzuha's time machine has vanished into thin air, leaving a hole the size of a dump truck in Radio Kaikan's wall.
The air is thick with the smell of ozone and seems to pull softly where the machine stood. We stand there for a while, staring silently at the empty spot, while the summer breeze blows gently past, as if the wind were fate itself.